Kampala Airport is a very busy place today. Many people are here. Some people are going on holiday. Some people are flying for work. Lots of planes are at the airport. Workers are busy getting the planes ready. They work hard to make sure every flight is safe. The sun is shining and the air is warm. Everyone is moving and doing their jobs. It is an exciting place to be before a big trip. Our airplane is also getting ready. Big trucks bring special fuel for the plane. The fuel goes into the wings. Other workers load food and drinks onto the plane. This is for the passengers to eat during the flight. Suitcases and bags are also put into the plane. They go into a special part under the passenger area. Everything must be loaded carefully. The plane needs to be balanced for a good flight. This preparation is very important. Mechanics are checking the airplane. These are very smart people. They know all about planes. They look at the engines, they check the wheels and the wings, they make sure all the lights are working. If they find anything wrong, they fix it. Safety is the most important thing. The plane must be perfect before it can fly. These checks happen before every single flight. It is a very serious job that they do. Soon the passengers start to get on the plane. They walk from the airport building to the plane. Flight attendants greet them at the door. They help people find their seats. Passengers put their small bags above their seats. Everyone is finding their place and getting comfortable. The doors of the plane will close soon. The captain will make an announcement. The journey is about to begin. This is always a moment full of anticipation for everyone on board. Now the plane is ready to move, but it does not go to the sky yet. First, it moves slowly on the ground. This is called taxiing. The plane follows special yellow lines on the ground. These lines are like roads for airplanes at the airport. The pilot steers the plane carefully. He must follow the path given by the airport controllers. Other planes might also be taxiing, so the pilot looks out the windows. He makes sure the way is clear. The plane taxis to the start of the runway. The runway is a very long, wide road. This is where planes take off and land. It needs to be very long so planes can get fast enough. Our plane waits for its turn. There might be other planes taking off or landing. The pilot talks to the control tower. They tell him when the runway is clear. This waiting time can feel long for passengers. They can look out the windows at other planes. The pilot gets permission to go onto the runway. He lines the plane up in the middle. He tells the flight attendants to be ready. He tells the passengers that they are about to take off. Everyone must have their seatbelt on. The pilot pushes the engine controls forward. The engines get very, very loud. You can feel the plane start to shake a little. This is the start of the powerful acceleration. The plane needs a lot of power to get into the air. The plane starts to move faster and faster. It rushes down the long runway. The buildings and trees outside the window go by very quickly. The pilot is watching the speed. When the plane is fast enough, the pilot gently pulls back on the controls. The nose of the plane lifts up. Then the whole plane lifts off the ground. It is a wonderful feeling. The plane is now airborne. It climbs up into the sky, leaving Kampala behind. The pilots are in the front of the plane. This area is called the cockpit. There are usually two pilots, a captain and a first officer. They have many buttons, switches and screens in front of them. Before takeoff, they do many checks. They make sure everything is working correctly. They program the flight path into the computers. They talk to each other and work as a team. Flying a big plane is a job for skilled professionals. They train for many years. The pilots also talk to people in the airport tower. These people are air traffic controllers, or ATC. The ATC tower is a tall building at the airport. From there, controllers can see all the runways and taxiways. They have radar screens that show all the planes in the air nearby. Their job is to keep all the planes safe. They tell pilots when it is safe to taxi. They tell them when it is safe to take off, and they tell them when it is safe to land. Before our plane can even move from the gate, the pilots talk to ATC. They ask for permission to start the engines and to taxi. ATC checks if the way is clear. They give instructions to the pilot. For example, they say, taxi to runway 17 via taxiway Alpha. The pilot reads back the instruction. This is to make sure they understood correctly. This communication is very important for safety. It prevents planes from bumping into each other on the ground. When the plane reaches the runway, the pilots again talk to ATC. They say they are ready for takeoff. ATC checks if the runway is clear. They also check if the air is clear of other planes. If everything is okay, ATC gives permission. They might say cleared for takeoff, runway 17. The pilots then start the takeoff. ATC watches the plane as it takes off. They guide it safely away from the airport. This teamwork ensures every departure is orderly. How does a big, heavy airplane get off the ground? It seems like magic, but it is science. The wings of the airplane have a special shape. This shape is called an airfoil. When the plane moves forward very fast, air goes over and under the wings. The air moves faster over the curved top of the wing. This makes the pressure lower on top. The higher pressure under the wing pushes it up. This pushing force is called lift. The engines are also very important. Jet engines suck in a lot of air at the front. They squeeze the air, mix it with fuel, and burn it. This makes hot gases shoot out the back very fast. This pushes the plane forward. This forward push is called thrust. The plane needs a lot of thrust to go fast enough. When the plane goes fast enough, the wings create enough lift. The lift becomes stronger than the plane's weight. Then the plane can fly. It is a marvel of engineering. For passengers, takeoff is an exciting part of the journey. When the plane starts to accelerate down the runway, you feel pushed back into your seat. This is because the plane is going fast very quickly. You hear the roar of the engines. It can be quite loud. Some people feel a little nervous, others feel very excited. It is a strong feeling of power. You can look out the window and see the ground rushing by faster and faster. As the plane lifts off the ground, you feel a change. The rumbling of the wheels on the runway stops. Suddenly everything feels smoother. You might feel a little lighter. The plane starts to climb, pointing its nose upwards. You can see the ground getting further away. Buildings and cars look like small toys. The view from the window changes quickly. For many, this moment of leaving the earth and soaring into the sky is truly amazing. It is the start of a new adventure.